Been a while. Thought I'd do one because I have nothing tonight for the first time in a long time. So, how is everyone? My lawnmower broke last week. Couldn't figure out what the issue was. I checked the spark plug, I checked the fuel line, checked the carburetor. Everything's fine. My nephew came over. My neighbor looked at it and he said, "Well, let me just see it. Maybe something wrong with the engine." I was like, if that's it, then I'd just better buy another one. And I did. I went ahead and just bought another one. The next day, the neighbor fixed it. Amazon had already shipped me my lawnmower. So I thought, well, I'll just return it. You can't return lawnmowers. I don't know. It just won't let me do it. It just said it won't. So, oh well. I mean, if it was broken, but it's seriously not broken. So I may just give it to my nephew as a present since he's helped me a lot over the past few years. I'm losing my voice too. Hello, because of the I did finally cut my grass the other day, but the pollen is so bad, I'm losing my voice. Well, Lance, that would be excellent. Excellent, excellent. Can't wait to see you too. Twice, Lance. I've tried to make it over to your neck of the woods, both times in May, at the beginning and end of May in West Plano. They are doing the Skywalker Saga, $60 ticket, all 9 movies. I'm going to bail after episode 6. That was the plan, at least, and they sold out immediately. So I would have watched the first 6 in theaters and then left. Plus, who wants to stay there for like 20 hours, or 22 hours, however long they said it was. But that'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Arlington, Texas, March. I don't have my dates on me, 15th, 16th. I know, for real, right? And then the board game convention at the end of the month. I just don't have the money because I keep paying $400 for lawnmowers I don't need, I guess, and other stupid things that happen. So we had a blown out tire the week before that. It's like something every paycheck. But oh well. Anyway, though, so yeah, that's what I've been up to. But yeah, Legends Con is going to have Cameron G. Anderson, my favorite authors, and someone did mention that I didn't have any of the new Dune books autographed by him, so I'm going to bring those Dune books. And probably, I don't think I've had him sign the pop-up Jabba the Hutt, Jabba's Palace pop-up book. So I'm going to have him sign that. Everything else he signed of mine. And then John Whitman. That's going to be huge. I have so many questions for him. That is huge. What a guest there. What a guest. Hello. Man, some of your shorts, the ones with your wife, they are so hilarious. They are so hilarious. They are so hilarious. And your Lost EU video cracked me up. It cracked me up. You've got a witty sense of humor, sir. I've seen them all in theaters. I'll be honest with you. I was there for the first one. My parents were poor. They couldn't afford a babysitter. So it took me as an infant to see New Hope in theaters back in 1977. My mom said I was quiet. Now, this is mom. Mom said I was quiet throughout the whole film and was looking at the screen. I doubt that. I think I was asleep probably, but I was in theaters for the original release. And 3 and under were still free back then. So we got to see Empire. And I want to say I remember Empire. I want to say I remember the snow scene, being afraid of the 4-legged walkers, like being terrified of them. But I remember standing up, whatever movie this was, I do remember standing up and grabbing the movie seat in front of me and watching like this. Was I 3? Was I 4? I don't know. But I do have a memory of watching some movies standing up, grabbing the seat because I was a little dude. But I don't know if that was Empire. But mom and dad took me because 3 and under were free. And then Jedi, I was 6 years old, and I remember going to it 3 times, vividly in theaters, the first time they came out. And, of course, the re-releases in 97, I went back for those 2. Oh, he's just rubbing it in my face. Rubbing it in my face. Oh, it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast. I can't say anything, but you haven't seen anything yet. John Whitman was a big name, and they're gonna have fun. They're gonna have fun guests, some that I've never met before. It's gonna be quite the celebration. That's all I can say. I can't say anything, and they can't say anything because until they signed a contract or until these guests look at their schedule, then they can't announce something only to say, oh, never mind, they canceled because they had something going on. So that's why they have to, they're not holding on to things and like, okay, we know 20 more guests, but we're going to release one a month. That's not them. They're just right now actively talking to people, looking at their schedules, and then getting things hashed out. But it's going to be a big celebration. I cannot wait for it. Well, happy birthday, Brendan, tomorrow. What are you doing? Your wife's a good sport, too. Because I told my wife, I said, remember you used to make those videos for me? She went, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be great. Hey, Tim, how you doing? And again, guys, I cut the grass yesterday, and this is the first and second time I ever cut the grass. I started to lose my voice because of all the pollen. Allergies are really bad, but I feel fine. But this is one day after cutting the grass. This is one day. The wind was blowing everywhere too, and it was just blowing all the stuff crud back in my face. I knew. I mean, I'm pouring snot and everything. It's never pretty, those first two cuts of the summer spring when you're cutting your lawn. I totally agree with that. Christopher Nelson, I believe that's a movie poster that he posted that someone has. That's awesome that the Ewok movies did get releases. Even the second one only got a release in Poland. If I remember right, it was only one country that got the second movie as a release. But a lot of foreign theaters did get to see the first Ewok movie. Man, I would have been, and I'd have loved it back then. I wouldn't have thought it was cheap at all. My dad recorded those when they came on ABC. We watched them nonstop, and back then, I would have told you they were just as good, if not better, than the original trilogy. I love those movies growing up as a kid. But yes, I really wish. Wouldn't it be awesome if they'd have brought the movies back for one night? Ewok movies. Return of the Jedi netted $5 million, and they didn't advertise squat. $5 million in one weekend, or the Sunday through Wednesday it was out, or Sunday and Wednesday it played. That's insane with no marketing. Insane. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that's going to be great. Oh, there you go. Basketball friends. Hey, Teddy Ruxpin or Snoopy. I love that picture, by the way. Is that yours or is that just a screenshot you just took off for it? Oh, I think they're great. They're hilarious. I love watching those videos. I really do. Brother, I bought it when it first came out. Nightfall is one of the best stories. I also love Hush. Hush is Hush may be my favorite. Nightfall may be number 2. Batman Predator 1, 2, and 3, I think were solid. Batman No Man's Land, that's a really good one that I loved. Does that round out the series? But I haven't read anything past Hush. I don't think I've read anything. I've read The Long Halloween. That was prior to Hush. Hush was the last thing that I read before I got out of reading Batman. but I thought it was excellent. That is so awesome. Does it work? That's so awesome. Who's that? That's gonna be so much fun. Hush is great. That's the best one. Some of these, you can get from the library. I didn't even know that, but you can rent comic books from the library, the trades. But I bought Hush and a trade paperback. I was like, this is just too good. Year 1 is a good one. So is year 2 is Todd McFarlane, but it's forgettable. Year 3 was fun because that's the origin of Tim Drake, right? I want to say it was. Funeral for a Friend is epic. Got some epic scenes in it. What other Batman trades do I have in my closet? I don't know. I got a few Elseworlds. I got the reign of the fall of Azrael as Batman. I got that whole whatever that after story was. I thought I had it for years. I had Nightfall and I thought I had the other story, but I didn't. So not recently, but about 4 years ago, bought the trades to the Night Rise of the Bat or whatever it's called, where he takes down Azrael and reclaims the cowl. It's not as good, but let me watch the whole series and I'll let you know. Hey man, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I was just telling them that the announcements of the big announcements have yet to come. There's gonna be a lot of great people coming. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But to be honest, one of the big reasons I'm going, I'll be honest, probably 60%, 70, I don't know. I'm going to see everyone, just the people who are attending. That's going to be just as much fun, probably a little bit more. So 60-40. I'm going to love all these people that are coming. I can't wait to talk to them. I can't wait to see them, have them sign my stuff. But then I get to hang out with like all of you, and it's going to be super fun. Super fun. I can't. It's going to be so much fun. It's like, how many hours in the will I sleep? I'll probably sleep on Arthur's bed. Arthur will let just Joanna sleep on the floor. You just let her know that. I'm kidding. But no, I want to see every single one of you. I cannot wait. And I'm trying, and Kyle probably knows this. I'm trying to get someone else to go, Kyle, that a guest I heard was, Wonkin. But I'm a call him. I'll text you later about it, but only because I want to see this person and hang out with them. All right. Yeah, it's not as good. And the only reason I don't complain about it is because it was free. They were free stories, except for if you wanted to buy the trade paperback, of course, which I did, but I don't think they were that good. It could have been a lot better. And the comic book wasn't good either. So if he would have stuck with just one error instead of like jumping through the timeline, he might have developed a great story. But yeah, that's not really that good. Hello. Yes, I did. I thought it was funny. Damn, a popular guy there. Alien Romulus? What is that? Hold on. I don't know. Is that? Oh, that's a film. Okay. I have never even seen this trailer. I've never heard of it. The trailer just dropped recently. All right. I'll watch it and see, but probably no. Because I think Aliens has lost their luster. The last one was just terrible. But I'll watch the trailer after this. I didn't even know about it. So that's so funny. You bought another one because yours was messing up. That's great. It's a really good one. The people who did good runs was, of course, I lost his name, Frank. Who wrote Daredevil? Frank Miller, right? Yeah, Frank Miller. Goodness gracious, went blank there. His run is really good. And then I can't think of his name. It's got 3 names. Brian Michael Bendis. Goodness gracious, my brain, all the allergies are getting to my brain now. Brian Michael Bendis' run was really good too. And you can tell once Frank Miller, because I have that series. Well, I had it. I sold them. But I had that series. The moment Frank Miller leaves the series and the new person starts writing, you can tell immediately. Because Daredevil goes to interesting, cool, heavy, thoughtful, to, I'm not kidding, the opening comic book right after Frank Miller left, it's him skateboarding with a bunch of kids. They're going, whoa, Daredevil, you know how to shred or slash. Like, yeah. I'm like, and he's like doing all these Daredevil, skateboarding moves. Boy. I have not. I don't make plans to read the new stuff, but I'm not opposed to anyone who wants to read it. It's just not for me. Nightfall. Yeah, I agree with that. The animated series is really, really good. It was written by the same people who wrote Star Trek. But it's really good. There's some really good episodes. The Devil's in one episode. Yeah, and I had 2 of them and didn't have the third one. Bane of the Demon, that's a good one too. I didn't care for it. That may be unpopular, but I didn't like it. Night's End, that's a good deal for that. Favorite Spider-Man. I had 400 when Aunt May died. I had, was it 500 when he fights the Green Goblin? The son. I have that one. I have the wedding issue. I have the first appearance of Carnage. I did not get Maximum Carnage. I collected bits and pieces of Spider-Man. Only the top ones. I didn't collect many runs of Spider-Man, but I do love Spider-Man. I love the Arkham games. Arkham Knight is the only one I never played. I played Arkham Asylum 3 or 4 times and loved it. Those are the last video games I played. Because when the new babies were born, I got really bored, broke out the Xbox, played Arkham Asylum again and Arkham City, and beat them both. Yes, we're just looking for a board game group now. My board game group, which was supposed to be with me forever or for another year, left early. And I'm out. I'm out of players. I'm done. I don't have a gaming group, even though I am cobbling together, forcing my nephews over. My nephews do not like playing anymore, but I have them over. They get pizza. They hang out. They get to watch their stupid. They don't have internet where they live, so they get to use my internet to watch their stupid YouTube videos. But then they have to sit down and play a couple of games with me too. So I've done that. I'm having 2 people come over. I don't know if they'll be regulars. I hope so. I do got a lot of games that have come in that I definitely, one just came in today. I unwrapped a little bit of it and read the rules. We may play it tomorrow night, but lots of board game reviews to come for sure. Because I did get a lot in. Without knowing that my board game group was dying. It just up and died. One day my buddy said, yeah, he can't come over that much anymore. And it's been 6 weeks since I've seen him and almost 2 months since I've seen the other one, and they're done. They're done. They're not coming over anymore. So I've lost my entire, the 4 people I had left to play board games with. They're all gone like that. This was supposed to happen at this time next year. I knew 2025 in April or March, April, I was going to lose everyone. It was because they already told me it was destined. They were going to move away, do this. And I was like, okay, everything moved up to March of this year. And it caught me off guard. And I mean, I should have been introducing and trying to get, and I was trying to get new people in my game group. But I thought, well, you know what? This summer I'll make a big, and I was going to make a big effort to try to get more people to come, try to get more regulars. Now it's too late. Now I'm hurting. Got to have more people coming over. I know, and that's a great thing. And Kyle, and that's thanks to you. Thanks to you that we're doing it, folks. Kyle, the Mr. Legends Con, the official one right there. Yeah, hanging out with people is going to be great. I might get it. I won't lie. I might get it. I think that's funny. That'd be awesome to have Sue there. I'd love to have her there. Kyle, they updated something recently, I thought, but I know the website wasn't sporting John Whitman. Now it may be now, but it wasn't when I posted it, when I heard about it. So keep tuned onto that. Kyle, I don't know who's in charge of social media and website, but yeah, probably get some more things stirring there for everyone. Hey, Steve, I did not respond to your email. I'm so sorry. Steve writes the best emails. They crack me up, and I love them. Hello. Teresa's been talking a lot about me on her channel, narcissistic people. I get slightly hurt every time she almost mentions my name. It's like, and let's say your name is Matt W. Come on, Teresa. We all know who you're talking about. You're saying the quiet part out loud. I understand. No, it's been fun. It's been fun. I love Teresa's channel too. Ooh, X-Men. Like comic book questions. I didn't read much X-Men. The Phalanx Saga, that's weird, but I remember that was the big one I read back when they were getting out. I never collected them. I don't think I've read that much X-Men, to be honest with you. I read the Gambit miniseries because I loved Gambit. I don't think so because Bruce is usually my he has all these comic books and I borrow them from him, but I never get X-Men. I think X-Men is fine. I watch the movies, love the cartoon, but I never got into the comic book. But Neozunk, I'll tell you this, very controversial, but Chris Claremont is overrated. He's overrated. I never liked Chris Claremont. Okay. No. That's an April Fool's joke. Not the last one was horrible. Favorite book is Star by Star in Ninja Order. You're gonna love it. I'm very jealous you're reading it the first time. This can be a lot of fun. Yep. Ew, yeah. No, I have not. Are they any good? We're actually, Wes just was over here. We recorded a podcast on that one. It will come out next week. Next week, we talk about X-Men 97. I haven't seen it, though. He had. True. Buck Rogers, Battle for the 25th Century. I had to trade that game away. No one wanted to play it with me. I love that stinking little game, and it was so ingenious, but there was zero interest, and now I don't have a game group. I purged about a third of my collection. Well, I don't have anyone to play with now. So, but don't worry, because that's going to let me get some trade and stuff. Cut down the collection a little bit, but it is what it is, right? Yeah, Bendis was good. Ah, funny. Oh, you know what? I don't think I read Mark Waid's Daredevil run. I probably did. I don't remember it. His Captain America run is what I remember him for. Yes, love him. Love him. I've been thinking about watching Firefly and Serenity again. My wife and I were just talking about that earlier this week. It's like, do you want to rewatch a TV show? And we thought about Firefly. Such a good show. Shut up. The green caterpillar. Isn't that what he was? It's funny. Yeah, I thought that was great. Get out of here. Tells the Jedi comic book. Ha! So there was this giant alphabet puzzle. I'll show you what he's talking about. This phone. And I told Spencer about it. I took a picture and I sent it to him. No one at work wanted to work it because it was super hard. I said, I'll do it. And so it took me a while, many breaks and lunches, but I did get it done. I don't know what's going on here. Camera. Come on. All right, there we go. Let's see if it wasn't that long ago. Oh, geez. Okay. You can't, that's the puzzle. Let's see. See all those letters? Those are letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, and H. And that thing is you can see that computer screen in the back. It's a very big puzzle. Circular, too. That took a while. But no more. Not since then. I read that one, but I didn't collect it. Absolutely. Go for it. Let me know. I'll sub to it. That's a great question. I don't know who my least favorite Marvel or DC character. I don't like Superman. He's very popular. If I want to pick like an A-lister, you'd have to say Superman, right? I'm not really a Superman fan. For who's someone big at Marvel that I do not like? I don't think there is one. There could be. I'm just not thinking about them. But I'm more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy anyway. You got it. I wanted to hear more about the New Joe Order error, if that's what you're talking about. I'd like to hear more about, the Bothans swore to just wipe them out of the face of the planet. So the Bothans obviously carried on the war for genocide. So that would have been an interesting story. Russell, we have a series that Marcel and I did. He's Ravenkist on YouTube. And it's on the expandinguniverse.com. It's called Missed Opportunities. In fact, I just reached out to him because later on this summer, I think we're going to bring out a season 2 of that because I have tons of more ideas. Well, we do know that the Hungarian Han Solo books are all translated. They're just being massaged a little bit. The translations to English are a little choppy. So they're just smoothing out the words. They're not adding context to it or anything like that. They're not adding lines. They're just trying to, you go with pink horse. I run here. Okay, well, let's smooth that out a little bit because that's from the Hungarian translation. Let's kind of, what's a better way to phrase that? That's what wordsmithing. That's what they're doing right now to them. But supposedly, and Kyle, if you're still on here, maybe you can talk about it. They're supposed to be out this year, is my understanding. So that's a nice one. Why don't you move to LA? I'm too old to move. I should bring board games to Dallas, right? Matt, let's talk Star Wars. Sure. Sit down and play this game with me real quick. That'll go over quick. I won't have many friends. Well, I mean, you're graduating and we got a college here. That's all I'm saying. So, but you can't have Alex's downstairs room. Can't have that. You're such a board game snob. Darth Plagueis. That's a good one though. I know, man. Well, I've been really lucky. I've been really lucky because over the past few years, I had there was one time I had 16 people. 16 people who come over anytime. We played one big 16-player game once a year. But other than that, it was like every weekend, every other week I'd have someone on a Friday, on a Saturday, 4 here, 4 there. And it was great. And then the number went down to 8. And that was still great. And I was doing 4 and 4 every week, every other weekend and stuff with them, just so no one get bogged down. Then it went down to 6. I had 6 player. That's why I have a lot of 5 and 6 player expansions to my games, because I was playing with 5 and 6 players for a while. And that was great. And then it got down to the perfect 4. And I was like, this is great. And it stayed that way forever. And then these other people who came over 2 and 2, I'd split them up, not on purpose, but just because my buddy's a nurse and he can't come on the weekend like my other buddy can. So it was games of 3, and that was fun. And occasionally there'd be a 4th person here and there. Occasionally we'd have a 4th, here and there. And now it's just going. I knew it was dying. Like I said, last year I was told by my buddy, he said, hey, we're moving away next year. I was like, I understand. So March of 2025, it's over. Because my other buddy said the same thing. He's going away too. I was like, all right. And then March of 2024, it's been a struggle. Like for spring break, I had my nephews over here, forced them to play a bunch of games. And that's how I got a lot of games played. And I got people coming. One kid who used to be part of my game group hasn't come in years, or well over a year, almost 2 years. And then another one who hasn't come since sometime last year. I can't remember when. I want to say spring. It's almost been a year for him too. But I'm hoping that this will turn into a weekly thing. I'm praying. I need to get some gamers here. Yeah, I think everyone will, but that's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, good. It has? Okay, good. Thank you. Can't wait to meet you, Eddie. Yep. Yeah, it's Legends Con official. Mm-hmm. I love the original series because I grew up on it, meaning it came on TBS back in the day. Reruns did, and I loved it. Spock and Kirk and Bones. I love that. Favorite movie is Wrath of Khan. I don't see how you can have a different one. Star Trek 4 is really funny. It's really funny. And 6 was a good ending. 5 sucked. 1 is just Gene Roddenberry. He was not letting the series expand. He didn't understand what a movie should be. I think he meddled too much. And it's sad because it should have been a stellar hit, but it wasn't. It only came out because of Star Wars, But the original series. But I love Next Generation. I like Deep Space Nine. I'm not a Voyager fan. And I love Enterprise. And then after that, I hate everything else except for Picard Season 3. Or just Picard, the 3rd season. Because there is no first or second. It's weird that they started on the 3rd season. Because there is no Season 1 and 2 of Picard. There wouldn't be. Because if there was, it would have to grab a straw. Because it sucks. All right. Yep. She said, uh-oh. He found out I was talking about him. Welcome. Yeah, the game stores, and I love them. They're nice people. We have a local game store here, but they only play Warhammer or Magic or Pokemon or something like that. It's card games and Warhammer, which I get. That's what that is. And the guy apologized to me. He's like, yeah, man, we don't have many board gamers here and board games. He said, because we make, he was honest with me. He said, about 9% of our income is Warhammer. And the other 10% is Magic, Pokemon, stuff like that. He said, we don't really sell that many board games, or they had a few, but not that many. And there's not any board gamers that show up. He said, sometimes there is, but most times it's just Warhammer. I was like, okay. But they were super nice. And I don't blame them. You go with what's popular. And like, there's another friend of mine who watches my channel, and he lives 30 minutes away, into another city, just 30 minutes down the road. I'm right here by the highway too. But unfortunately, I'm watching the kids every night, so I can't go see him. But I do plan, I don't know if Kelly's going to watch this later on, but I do plan on going to see him. Hopefully this summer we can meet up. I really want to meet up with someone. Please, adults, please, anyone. Don't buy the blue milk. I thought you were going to say it's made of people there for a minute. Tales of the Jedi. I like Tales of the Jedi better. Republic's a fine series, but Tales of the Jedi. Hey, I looked for the quote. OG is looking for the quote where Leland Shee says, "We do not reboot." I can see the magazine. It's a magazine. It's a issue from a Star Wars magazine. It's an interview with Leland Shee that states, he says, "We do not reboot." Where is that reference? Help me help Alora find that quote. Firefly is extremely good. No. You know why? I think they took it off Prime for a short time, but it's back. So maybe that'd be a good one to watch right now, because I'm looking for a show. So yeah, that may go back up the list there. But they took it down when I was about to watch it. But I think it's back up. Yeah, I thought he was. Hello, Kip Duran. I'm always going to say Kip Duran. Mara J. No, Cornhorn. It's got to be Cornhorn. But I'm not a Cornhorn fan, though. Yeah, I think that was so dumb. Just let me know. And welcome, Marcel. No, I mean, I'm in Louisiana. LA, Louisiana. You come here. Are you going to be at Legends Con? I want to get into the Clone Wars multimedia project, but I don't know which books are a part of that. Ooh. I'm not really sure what you mean by that one. Like Dave Filoni's Clone Wars had comic books made after it. Which some are a little expensive, unless they've collected those. Have they collected those in an omnibus? It makes sense if they should. And then, of course, Dark Horse had some excellent Republic. They did really well for the Clone Wars then. And then there's some books by Del Rey, and all of them, but maybe the MedStar Duology and Yoda Dark Rendezvous. Those are the only two that don't suck. The books weren't that good. New Jet Order. I've already done that. It is Tristan. It's his fault. I ranted on Monarch's Nest very, very early back in the day. And Tristan was here to verify it. It was a 20-minute. I remember I ranted for a long time, and I was just going off. And I said I like pictures, especially when they move, which kind of became a quote. But it was from that rant that I said that. And everyone and a lot of the jokes that they repeated in My Knocks Nest were from that rant. And I just went off. And I didn't know he was recording. And then Tristan goes, no. And I went, what's wrong? He went, I thought I recorded that. I went, dude, don't record that. It was just me ranting about him. But yeah, I'm not a big fan. Even though I'm happy I'm going through the series. And because I remember the first 2 seasons being pretty decent, even season 3. And I think season 4 for me is when it started going all bad. Right now, there's some good episodes on here, and then there's some crap. Everyone in the chat seems to be going. I'm going. And right now, they've announced 2 guests, Kevin J. Anderson, which is awesome, and John Whitman from the Galaxy of Fear series, who I've never seen attend a con, so I'm super excited about that. So my gaming group has that game. They really love that game. They used to tell me that. But I got some, Michael. I need to send you some pictures of what my shelf looks like, because I've got, for the last few games have been in huge boxes that don't fit. I heard a rumor that the game I have can fit a whole. It fits within a Kallax square. But looking at the Kallax, I don't think that box will fit, but I should have brought it up here. But I've got big box board games that I could start pumping weights with. It started this year with Carcassonne Big Box, and oh boy, do I have some big boxes now. And then no gaming group. The irony does not escape me. You are going. That is correct, which is good enough for anyone who wants to go to Legends Con. Author will be there. Separatist? I don't know. I mean, like I said, from Filoni's Clone Wars, I still think Cad Bane's a good character. That's a good character. From Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, Dirge. He's kind of more of a bounty hunter, but he was an excellent character. So excellent characters were done. Were created in both of those series. I hate you. I hate you. Did you see the thing on John Boy Media? The Mets do not break up double plays. Like, they seriously get out of the way. They don't try to. They don't play dirty. They don't try to break up the play. And John Boy is just watching this, going, he's never heard of this. But then someone pointed it out, and he's been looking at it, and he said, "Yeah, the Mets do not break up double plays. They are very respectful to not hurt the." And I think that came because of Chase Utley. That we're never going to play as dirty as that guy. Slimeball was on the ballot for the Hall of Fame. Get out of here. Hall of Fame of creeps. See how I diverted that question, Oliver? That's awesome. I wanted, in a few more years, if Benjamin, I don't know if Benjamin's gone forever. I talked to him from Australia. Last night we spoke on the phone. I don't know how that's going to be charged to me, but he's on his American phone. I don't know how that works. But anyway, he was in Australia. We talked over the phone. He's loving it. He's still weighing his decision on whether he wants to stay there or not. So I don't know. He gave me a little bit of hope that he may not be gone forever. But he is also a dungeon master, is why I bring up his name. And he played West End games. Star Wars back in the day. Back in the day when I was reading, they were playing the RPG game. They kept inviting me. I was like, I don't play RPGs. That's for nerds. And here I was reading books on a Friday night and Saturday night while they were playing RPGs. And he was so impressed with my collection. He said, I will be the dungeon master. We'll get everyone together. So eventually, in a couple more years, when the kid's a little bit older, and they're self-sufficient, I'm going to play. And then also I'm going to play Ghostbusters. The RPG for Ghostbusters. Where is it? There it is. It's in here. Let's see if I can reach in here and get it. Oh, I can't. But I have all the Ghostbusters West End games printed out. It was on the internet, so I got it. And I want to play the Ghostbusters RPG too. And I'll play like Wizards of the Coast and some of the Fantasy Flight stuff too. Any of the stuff I have. It's all of it. There's so many good scenes. I mean, even the opening scene is so good. All of it. I'm so far behind in the comments. Star Trek 6, yes, very good. It was a good ending. I remember when I got out of theaters, a Star Trek fan said, "Is it better than 5?" I said, "You're going to love it." He goes, "Okay, good," because he was scared because 5 sucked. Favorite Star Wars bounty hunter? Yeah, as a kid, before we knew about any of them, I loved Forlom. I thought Forlom, the droid, I thought he was so cool. I loved him better than Boba Fett. And then another friend of mine thought Bosk was the coolest because he would look the meanest. But I guess you got to pick Fett, right? Unless you're saying EU bounty hunter. Cad Bane's a good one. Dirge is a good one. Those are 2 top ones. Yes. I watched it on VHS, Eddie, when it came out on VHS. My buddies and I watched it. We watched the entire series one night. As back in the day, you did those videothons or movie-thons. Catan is great. I love Catan. I don't like the scenarios. Probably won't buy those again. I want the 3D Catan, but they need to come out with 3D Explorers and Pirates and Traders and Barbarians. Traders and Barbarians is my favorite expansion with all those modules. They're so much fun. I hate Ticket to Ride, even though it's such a popular game. I played different versions of it. I hate it every time. Smash Up, I've never played. Space Hulk, amazing. My number 1 dungeon crawl. I want to get back to the table. And Jurassic Park. That is the one that's for sale at Target, right? I heard good things about it, but I haven't played it. Upwards, I remember playing Upwards back in the day. Obviously, don't play Warhammer. Monopoly, used to play that all the time back in the day. As with Life and Hungry Hippos. Classics. They're so good. Laura, you can come over here too. Watch Star Trek and play board games with me. There you go. See, I'm asking everyone now. Well, brother, I mean, if you want to play other games, I mean, there's a few. There's a few there. So there you go. And there's more up there. I can't. I'm on a different tripod because I just filmed something on the big tripod, so I'm using the big tripod again. I got a few. Ooh, Emerald Dawn. Emerald Dawn. Dawn. Yeah. Is that right? Was it Emerald Dawn? No, Dawn is new. It's Emerald Twilight. Emerald Twilight was really good. Emerald Dawn was another one I have. Hal Jordan was great. Kyle Rayner was fun. Guy Gardner, I always hated. And John, whatever, I didn't read any of his books. But Guy Gardner, I always hated. I will have to check that out. I'm so far behind in these comments. Thank you. Thank you. I gave birth to it. That's correct. No, wait, who's the mother? Is she hot? Thank you. All right. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I know. See if I can catch up with these. That's okay. Yes, legendsconofficial.com. Okay. I hope I answered that question then earlier. There you go. Siri. That's a great question, but I'm going to say Siri. Yeah, that'd be awesome. You should. See, there's another reason to go. I'd love to see Alora. Bruce let me read one a long time ago that I really enjoyed. Came out in the mid-2000s. I can't remember the name, but I haven't read much Wonder Woman. You're a big comic fan. I love that. No, I haven't, but I'd love to. I'd love to. That'd be awesome. Thanks for joining. Yep. Galactic Empire character. I mean, I like Admiral Dollar for the reasons I've mentioned before. She keeps failing on grander scales, but then keeps coming back. I think that's refreshing for a villain. You know, it's not because of her wit or it's just determination. You know, she loses epically, but then she earns her way back every time and then fails again. I love it. I mean, you got to go with an X-Wing pilot, right? Face and Tom were a good match. I'm trying to think of non-Jedi users. Besides X-Wing, who else is there, though? Wes and Hobbs are really good. Just about anyone. Ray Squadron, old Rose Squadron books. Dirge is great. Role-playing game. Jin Jin. This is my little kid's favorite person in the world. If you want to know, I'm not even playing. Like, choose mommy, daddy, or Jennifer. They go to Jennifer every time. Funniest story, my littlest girl, my youngest, Ella, she's 2. Jennifer comes in. She works with me. She has Jin Jin. And she tells Jin to put her purse and her keys on that table. And then she grabs Jennifer's hand, leads her to a chair and goes, sit, Jin, sit. And then sits in her lap. Because my little girl does not want Jin leaving now that she's here. And I said, hey, doofus. I said, Jin isn't staying here. And she said, no, daddy, no, Jin. I said, no, you're going with her. You're getting in her car and going. And then she went, come on, Jin, come on. Got down, said, come on, let's go. Like, you know, we're burning daylight here. You know, bye, daddy, bye. You know, her Christmas wish is to be adopted by Jennifer and leave mommy and daddy forever. But the rest of my kids love her too. You're in New Orleans? Shut up. Oh, right on. Awesome. That'd be awesome to see you there. Yeah, Legends Con is going to be a lot of fun. It's a great one. It's a great book. I agree. Matthew Stover did a great job. Hey, Scott. I'll never catch up, will I? It sucks now. It used to not, but it does now. And for some reason, I still hope it will succeed, but it won't. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was good. It's the last solid thing to come out of it. But it's almost like at this point, what's the point to continue? Even my wife, who was the biggest fan of the MCU, doesn't care anymore. She stopped caring after we were watching what came out after Loki, Moon Knight. I don't know. She walked away and she just never watched another one again. I saw Red Letter Media's review on it. They enjoyed it. Rarest? I mean, I got Queen's Gambit. That's kind of hard to find these days. Supposedly, there's one of these games alone that's selling for like $500, $600 now. It's a small game too. Hold on. Cincateri or whatever. It's just a pick up and deliver game. It's not worth. It's like I saw it for like $4.95 somewhere on BGG. I was like, who would pay that much? To me, it's like a $20 game, but I enjoy it, so I keep it in my collection. But it's not worth, in my opinion. But you know, it's worth whatever someone will buy it for, I guess. I've heard it's good and bad. Someone at work just swears it's the best thing. He doesn't like Star Wars, but he loves Andor. And then other people are like, oh, I hated it. So very divided. Do you know the real reason I did board game reviews? The real reason I didn't want my channel becoming a board game channel, which would be great. Like big time channel would be great, but I only did it just so my game group would know how to play the game prior to coming over. That's the reason I started doing board game reviews. And now, of course, I did them for that same reason, but now I do it for other people as well. Try to get other reviews out there as well. But I tell my group, here's the games we're playing tonight, and here, so they can watch the videos. They can watch mine or someone else's, but I always watch mine, not because I'm arrogant, but just because I want to. That's what gives me a reminder of the rules, which is another reason why they were created, why I do those board game reviews in the first place. So I'll always remember the rules. That's why I always talk about setup and everything, because I want to know that when I set the game up later on. Will I ever do another one, you mean? I did one years ago. Yeah, maybe. Sure. Well, TCW, I'm going to go through Tartovsky's. We're going to continue to rewatch with Tartovsky's Clone Wars, Droids, Ewoks, the holiday special, the Ewoks movies. I'll just give them each their own little review. And then from there, probably deep dive into the RPG books, basically just telling you what this RPG holds within it. Not that I've played any of them, but what information is included and what I loved about certain RPG books. And I'll go through all of those, my entire RPG collection. Lots of stuff to talk about when it comes to Star Wars. Oh, yeah, the older one. Yeah. That was a fun one. A nice big dinosaur. That's a big board, too. Maybe so. She might Soul Assassin. She might. But, she may be. I heard that OG is bringing her Slave Leia costume, though, to Legends Con. It's going to sell tickets, let me tell you. Steeg should come too, Impose. Steeg, you should come to Legends Con. Start saving, buddy. That would be like a dream come true. Do like Tolkien. I love them both. I mean, I love the expanding universe, obviously. That's the big part of my life. And I'll be honest, it is taking I have read Tolkien every year since 2020. I read The Hobbit in 2020, I want to say. I can't remember. Maybe Lord of the Rings 2. Silmarillion was 2021. I read all the History of Middle-earth 2022. 2023, I read all of the Tale of Tom Bombadil and the last poem, Bilbo's last poem, which is like extra stuff. So for the past 4 years, I have been in Middle Earth. I usually give it a break, but I've been spreading out all the love. Like I've read through the Silmarillion a couple of times, but History of Middle Earth, that was my second time ever to read through it again. And the Tales of Tom Bombadil and the last poem, I've read Bilbo's last poem or whatever. I've read those about as much as I've read the Silmarillion. So I am tempted to go back into Middle Earth again, but I need to give it a rest. The question is, what will I reread next? Yeah, she's a really good character. For Tartovsky's Clone Wars, they came up with Comic Digest series that was okay. I think they're expensive to get, but that's what I was asking. Did anyone at Marvel reprint those? I hope they did. Oh, That's funny. He's a black belt, right? Martial artist black belt. It was supposed to be one book, and then Dark Horse is going to take over the story of the invasion. But Del Rey decided to make that their flagship story. And according to what I heard, Randy Stradley got pissed. And that's when they broke away from the books. They didn't do much for the books after that, which is sad because they should have. They came out with their story Invasion later on, and it was embarrassingly bad. I mean, it's about so-so, Eddie. I'm glad I'm watching this again because I can talk about the good stuff. I'm trying to be as fair as I can because I don't want to take something and just rip it apart. If I really don't like it, I don't like it. If I like it, I say I like it. Like the Jar Jar episode recently I talked about. I'll be honest, wasn't bad. So you could rip it apart. Yeah, you could rip the whole series apart. But I will be fair because I know there was, as the show went on, this didn't happen as much. But in the early years of the show, there was some good stuff in there. And I will point it out when it's good. Hold on, let me see if I have it. It's called, I thought I brought it out when I moved. It's called Return to Endor. I wrote it way back in the day. No, maybe I don't have it here. Huh. Oh, I hope I didn't lose it in the move. I'll have to find it again. But I wrote it a long time ago. It sucks. It's not that good. But it's about Sindel Tatwani returning to Endor for Wicked's wedding to Kenesha. There you go. I'm an Ewok fan. It is hard to get them now. Sadly, they need to reprint those, but I don't think they will. Oops. I love the Dune books. I thought the Dune Part 1 movie is good. My wife isn't interested to see Part 2, so I have to watch that when it hits streaming, but I'm looking forward to watching it. My brother works in New Orleans. He was a barista for the longest, but now he works for some kids camp down there. I don't know if he plays a few games. There's a few games he and I have played together. He showed me Alien Encounters. No, Alien Frontiers. That's what it is, Alien Frontiers. And that's a good game. I almost got the big box for that game, but there's one little thing that bugs me about it, so I didn't get it. But we'll play a few games every once in a while when he comes up here. Hopefully soon. That'd be great if we announced him. I don't know. I'd like for Ryan to come. I really would, because I think if people saw Ryan when he's not on his channel, you're going to see a different dude. You're going to see a different dude. He genuinely loves the EU. He's a big fan. And he's my friend, but he's also a genuinely nice guy. We did meet a few months ago. I posted a picture on YouTube back in, when was it, guys? Late October, mid to late October. We did actually meet up. I had to fly to his hometown, and we met up. And he knew exactly where every bar was in my area. That was funny. But we did finally meet. I met with him and Scott Johnson, and it was great. It was a great time. But I'd definitely hang out with Ryan again. He's a great guy. The ones not in my collection. No, the games I don't like Seven Wonders. Everyone loves Seven Wonders. I hate Seven Wonders. I don't like Ticket to Ride. A lot of people like Ticket to Ride. What's another popular game that everyone loves? I thought, Caverna or Agricola? No, thank you. No, thank you. I literally fell asleep. No, it was playing Caverna. I think it was playing Caverna, not Agricola. But I literally fell asleep at the table because, it takes a long time to figure out of the 1,000 of places you want to place a work or where do you want to go and what do you want to do. And I literally fell asleep. And the in-between turns, it was late too, but they were waking me up when it was my turn, literally, because I was just so bored. There's a few popular games that some people, the hotness that everyone loves. I'm going, it doesn't look that good. I've been wrong before, though. I thought Sagrada was garbage when I just looked at the reviews like, oh, that looks terrible. I love that game. I just played that game recently with my nephews a few weeks ago. Super fun game. So there's some games I think are overrated maybe. But that's just me. It's just me. A lot of people love them. No, I read a few of them way back in the day when you could only order them through a mail order through someplace in New York. I can't remember where because they got them from Japan. Manga was hard to get back in the late to mid to late 90s. And that was some I can't remember. Akira we got, and that book sold for a lot. I sold my books, my manga a long time ago, and that one went for a lot of money. Well, more than I thought it would. I wasn't super rich after selling it. But I decided to sell the manga that I had. But I know I had Akira, and I can't remember the other ones. I didn't have that many because it was hard to get them. But yeah, they were good back in the day. I don't read any now, even though I hear there are some great ones out there. So I haven't made the time. That would be excellent. I would love that. No, it's a blasphemy. I can't argue with that. I think I did podcast on them. Maybe. If I do, Stieg, if you're still here, if I do, I want to do it with Stieg. Probably. Or in Teresa. They did, but see, Teresa did such a great, Miss Martin Muses did such a great video series on it. It's been a while since I've seen it, so maybe I won't copy them, but I just thought they just did a great job, chapter by chapter review of it. I'm still open for it because I love Tolkien's world. I think I would never suggest chronologically, only because that means you have to read that awful Dawn of the Jedi book, and that would turn anyone off from the series. So I would say start in the errors and where you want to read, and then go down the tier like that. Read the good stuff, then the okay stuff, then the terrible stuff. Because by then you're just you're hungering for just more at that point. So that'd probably be the best way. How would I read to my kids? I'm going to read them by the readers level. If the moment we can start reading books to them. If I can read kiddie books to them, that'd be great. And then step up from young adult books to novels. That'd be awesome. I'd love to do that, but only if they're interested. I won't force them to like Star Wars. Yeah, everyone's loving it. Everyone's loving it. But yeah, I agree. It's only 22 minutes, which is a saving grace. The man's incredible. Incredible. Robert Matheson does a lot of short story. He did like I Am Legend and stuff. That may be a cop out, but a lot of his short stories are really good as horror goes. I get that. I get that. And he's a different guy in real life. Scott, if you're still on, you can back me up on that. Or maybe Scott will say, no, he's a jerk. I'm going to say Labyrinth of Evil, but both of them are extremely good. Oh, it was terrible. 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 Yeah, I like I said, I'm in the minority when it comes to Seven Wonders, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, he is. Oh. And that's fair. That's totally fair. You don't have to watch him. You don't have to watch him. I'm not suggesting anyone go out and just watch him and give his videos a shot. It would be nice if he did one, but again, right now, YouTube is his life, and that's how he makes his living, and he's got to make as much money as he can. Even though I can't tell this story, but he's not about the money. I promise you that. I promise you that's all I can say, but he's not about the money. He's been offered, lots of money to do things, and stuff, on YouTube and stuff, but he don't want to do that. He wants to do his own thing, and I'm proud of him. He's, like I said, he's a really good guy. More to him than you know. Yeah, and see, that's the Ryan I know. That's the Ryan I know, and that's more of who he is. I do believe that the RK Outpost is almost like a personification of himself, dialed up to like an 11. Like, I can't remember what video he just posted, but he did something where he just totally just started yelling. And I was like, what are you doing? But, and I'm not saying that's not Ryan being fake. It's just Ryan just dialed up. But the Ryan I know is the Ryan from More Civilized Age, and he still gives me his time. Like, the only reason he's not there is because he could not be there. He rearranged his schedule this past. I'm going to show the one. I'm sorry, I didn't post the one in March because of March Madness. I forgot. So we already filmed the one for April. I'm just giving this March one a week to breathe, and then I'm going to next Monday probably bring out the one with for it's just being Ryan for April. Everyone canceled last minute, and it was just me and Ryan, and we had a really good time. But Ryan even had something, but he rearranged his schedule so he could be on the show. So means a lot. Dude has over 300,000 subs and still makes the time for me once a month just because we're friends. I appreciate that. Just shows the kind of guy he is. Hey, Maxine, I'm doing well. I don't sound as well because I cut my grass earlier and the sinuses are killing me, and I need some more hot tea. I would not have Dawn of the Jedi. I know that's not what you asked, but I don't think that should even exist. I thought even the comic book by John Ostrander, didn't like it. Hello. But I wouldn't change anyone's death. Even if it was Kip Durran, I wouldn't change it. Those were so good. I'm being serious, Steve. Those were so good. I loved those. Y'all did the Terry Brooks. I think y'all did Terry Brooks novels before or after that. Those were good too. But man, those Tolkien ones were just spot on. I loved them. Yeah, it's between the Clone Wars and New Hope and Empire. Probably New Hope and Empire, but the one that's a slog to go through is the Clone Wars, at least for me. Yes, I did. We talked about that in A More Civilized Age. I don't know. It'd be kind of wild. That would be kind of wild. I don't think J.R. Tolkien would want to write Star Wars, but yeah, that'd be wild. Yes. Yeah, just use the Force. I will. That's is that a library? Please don't tell me that's your library. It's an interesting picture you got there. I don't think I'll do the unfinished episodes. I am going to stop. Oops, sorry. I am going to stop at the point where it stopped being, it it stopped being part of the Lucasfilm canon. When Disney took over, I'm not going to watch them that far. I'm going to stop at a certain point. But I will watch that. What was it, 6 seasons they did, or 5 seasons, and then they got canceled for a while and then came back? So I'll just do those first 5, 6 seasons. That'll be it. Oh, you're welcome, man. Glad I could help. Yes, he is. He's a great guy. Oh, that sucks. That book glue doesn't hold up after decades. I love the Chronicles of Narnia. I reread that too over the pandemic. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. That's another one. I'd read that before I read Tolkien to my girls. I'll read the Chronicles of Narnia. I think it's wonderful, wonderful, start to finish. And I wouldn't start. I wouldn't start with Magician's Nephew, but I may make that the second book in the series when I read it to my kids, just to give them a background. Because between Silverchair and Last Battle, I think the story kind of dips a little the original, order, when you have to talk about Magician's Nephew and Horse and His Boy. But I don't know. I don't like the new order, even though I've read it in that new order that they put it in. The original order is probably how I read it to the kids, but I love it. Yep. Well, according to Christy Golden, it doesn't exist. Figment of our imagination. Oh. I mean, I'm a Bantam era kind of guy, so I like it all. That's just me. The Shannara, that's it. The books are, yeah. And the Magician, yes. Those were good too. But Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, that was chapter by chapter. And everyone had something relative to say. And I mean, it was y'all hit all the marks on it. Seriously, it was just, and because I was on some of those streams too, just going, yes, like that. But yeah, it was good stuff. Oh, I think it would have been awesome. I think what Jenny Tartakovsky did and those 2 miniseries blows anything Filoni did out of the water. He's very talented director. Has a really unique vision. Well, remember, he tried to write science fiction on the 5th book called The Lost Road and other writings, the 5th book in the History of Middle-earth. It gives you a piece. He tried to, when C.S. Lewis did his space trilogy, Tolkien attempted to write a sci-fi book, but I don't think he enjoyed it and he stopped. But Christopher Tolkien collected that, and I think it's the 5th book. I think it is, of History of Middle-earth. Yeah. I was excited to hear about that because I want to see this whole story. But BBC, they're not the best, but they're fun to watch. The Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and Silverchair. They did those 4 movies. And for some reason, they stopped after that. And I don't know why, because Magician's Nephew and Horse and His Boy would have been a low budget. They could have done both of those. And Last Battle would have been expensive. But, but for what they were, the BBC movies were pretty good. There it is. Scott answers it. Okay. I didn't know that. If they stay true to the books, I'll enjoy it. If they don't, I won't watch it. If it's going to be Rings of Power, I won't even give it a shot. Or that horrible Wheel of Time series. That is just, Stieg, it's almost, I would love for, Stieg, this is what I want. You'll never do it, but I want to do it. you watch one episode and we talk about it. I can't watch it again, but there would be, I don't know if you could get any words out because the bile and vomit would be coming out of your mouth at the same time because it's so bad. But set the bar at the lowest you can, Stig, and then you watch an episode and you're like, wow, they couldn't even meet the floor. It's so bad that Brandon Sanderson even said, well, maybe this is like a story. The wheel has turned and this is a new version of the story because it's nothing like the books. The characters are named appropriately, but they're not like the characters in the books. I mean, everything is completely off. It's like someone read the Wikipedia paragraph, first paragraph about the book series, but then didn't read it. They skimmed over it. That's a great question. You know what I do? I do it about a group of Y-wing pilots, and Y-wings are getting phased out of the New Republic. And so it's the last Y-wing group to fly for the Rebel Alliance or the New Republic until they cancel them. That'd be a nice story. And the old person can reminisce back on battles from the movies and stuff like that. It doesn't have any stars, but it takes place in the future. So you could have Mark Hamill guest star as Luke Skywalker, the real one from Expanded Universe. You know, you could do little cameos like that, but you don't really need it. I think that'd be a great story. My buddy loves the Stormlight series. He has been begging me to read it nonstop. I mean, nothing came about it. It would have been interesting, but I think he was done and he was just working on Silmarillion after that. I would have loved to have seen it or read it. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too. Oh, got you interested in reading the books, huh? The books are really good. I haven't seen the newest one yet. My brother said it's the best one out there. So do my nephews. My wife isn't interested, so I'm not going to go to the movie theater by myself. So I have to wait till it comes out streaming, but I'm looking forward to it because I thought part one was good. Yeah, he did. And that's more Tolkien than anything else that has come out since. Because it has most in fact, Christopher Tolkien just edited the book. I think, Stig, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the book was basically completed. There's a few blank spots, but Christopher Tolkien said, if I recall, that no, that's really my dad. That's really all my dad there when it came to Silmarillion. I know. I worry too about that. Well, because it came out after his death. That's why. That's weird, Ben. There's someone by your same exact name that asked me the same question earlier. Did I go backwards? Is that what happened? Maybe I did. Like the Expanded Universe. I like Dune. I love Dune. The Firefly book series has been really good. The Silo series is excellent. This isn't in any order because the Silo series by Hugh Howley. If you've never read it, get on it. Get on it. It's good stuff. Did I name 5? I can't recall. Firefly, Star Wars, Dune, Silo. You're talking like a series. Yeah, you said series. I mean, Sherlock Holmes. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. All those series. That's great. Sherlock Holmes is excellent. I love it. I don't, Star Wars Theory has commented on the channel before. I don't know if you guys know this. he posted 2 comments on videos a few years ago. And I asked him to come on. I didn't get a response. Josh came on. What is Josh? Eckert's Ladder. He's come on once or twice. I can't remember. And he's a really nice guy. But Star Wars Theory never got back to me. But so I don't really know him. But I know he's seen at least 2 of my videos. I'd have him on to talk. I don't know him though, and I don't watch his channel really because it's like new Star Wars stuff. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for that. That's awesome. I think so too. You're gonna love the yeah. Steve, that'd just be great. Really? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Really could happen though. No, thank you. I think I may have clicked on it twice. I was just making fun. No worries. I am interested in that one because the only bad thing about the movies were they were rushed. And I think a TV show, and I even said that. I said, why didn't they do a TV show? But back then, movies were the big deal. But the TV show is going to be great for Harry Potter. What would you say about which books to read in the New Republic except for Thrawn? I mean, okay. I mean, I like Courtship of Princess Leia. I love Truth of Bakura. I love the Jedi Academy trilogy. I like New Rebellion. I like Black Fleet Crisis. Yes, I do. I think Lando's storyline is the best in it, but all the other stories are fine too. I like the Carillion trilogy. I think that's really solid. Darksaber is Kevin J. Anderson's best book. Children of the Jedi was fun for me. Barbara Hamley did a good job with that one. That's about it. I know I named most of them. But yeah, those were good books. If you're talking about the Bantam era. Yeah, that's what I remember him saying. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. I would love to see Children of Dune and Messiah. And even God Emperor of Dune, I would love to see. The other 2, Heretics of Dune, there's one scene they're going to have to, because it's really graphic. I mean, sexually graphic and illegally sexually graphic. And then Chapter House Dune is a terrible ending. His son and Kevin J. Anderson did finish the ending, and it was good up until a certain plot twist, which I did not like. But I don't want to ruin for anyone. I prefer novels more than graphic. Yeah. Hey, Jamie. I'm announcing this super early, but I'm hoping Jamie and Norm will join me as I count down my top 50 games, vintage games into this year. I'll probably do a top 75, but they'll jump in on 50, and hopefully Jamie and Norm will be able to join me on that. Good to see you, Jamie. They canceled the 3D. Oh, yeah. But I never saw episode 1 in 3D because I was against the 3D versions. So, no, I wasn't disappointed because I thought 3D was a gimmick just to make you pay $5 extra. And those movies weren't made to be 3D. They did some cheap tricks to make them 3D. But, yeah, I wasn't that big of a fan of the idea or concept. James Hargrove, wonderful. What it feels like he gets it. He's the best. The other authors are okay. Tim Levin writes one from Dawn of the Jedi, and it's terrible. And then some other one, and then the rest of them are okay. like Generation. Is it Generations? It's been so long. Oh, The Nightmare Machine. Boy, The Nightmare Machine is just, it just didn't. There's something wrong with the pacing. The pacing's off with that. The story is okay, but the pacing's off. But James Hargrove, he wrote like the first 2 or 3. It feels like you're watching an episode of the show. It's really that good. And that's one of the big boxes I got. It's a big box board game of Firefly. It's nice. First Law trilogy. Okay, I haven't heard of that. Might not do that. I love the House books. I think they're great. I can't remember. It was a couple of years back, and Eckhardt's Ladder had made some comments, and so I invited him on. He came on, and at that time, I also invited Star Wars Theory, and I can't remember if it was the one of the Kenneth C. Flint Heart of the Jedi videos or something else. But Star Wars Theory put a comment in there and said good video or something, and I can't remember what it was. I can't remember which video it was, but I remember I said, oh, so I reached out to him and asked if he wanted to be on. I didn't hear back, but I mean, it's fine. It didn't hurt my feelings. I asked Chuck Dixon to come on my show, and he never responded back. Oh, what's this? I got a super chat. Where'd I get the super chat? Hold on. Where's the super chat? Oh, there it is. All right. I'll speed through these to get the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. What would Legends movie adaptations be? Probably not. Yes. I don't know actors, so I wouldn't know that one. It was awesome. Yeah, agreed. Ha! I'd be in Luke's Jedi Academy. I love Luke. Oh, I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. I would read Children of the Jedi. I would read Children of the Jedi. I wasn't a fan of Planet of Twilight, but it's a weird read. You're not gonna like Heretics. It's a little boy getting it on with with one of the witches, and it's very graphic and disturbing. I totally agree. Okay, let me get to this one. Super chat. Thank you. Hated the new Dune adaptation. Too PC friendly and not even 10% as deep as the actual novel, but love the 84 version because of the music. Actually, I'll go even further. I love the look of the 84 series more than the look of the newest series. I thought that Baron Harkonnen in the original 84 series by David Finch looked great, just like the character. The navigators in the tanks looked great too. The look and feel of Finch's 84 film, even though the pacing is bad, and they made some bad choices here. They did stay true to the book, but the look of things, the suits and everything, the steel suits and everything, it felt more like the novel than the new one did. I agree with that. I did like to see the spice mining machines, the Thopter in the new series. That was good. But I am a little privy to the 84 series myself, and I think that on looks, they got it done right. I hate Gurney. I hate Baron Harkonnen in the new one. I think Baron Harkonnen just looks like a mob boss. He's supposed to be fat and disgusting, covered with whelps and sores, just like in the 84 film. Gurney is supposed to be a banjo playing grandpappy, swinging on the front porch with a shotgun. And they made him, Josh Brolin is playing him, I guess how he plays Thanos too, just mean and gritty and everything. And that's not Gurney. So I have nitpicks about the new film. I just want to see Dune in theaters. I just want to see Dune in theaters because I'm such a big fan. But yes, I have a lot of love for that 84 film. So thank you for that. Am I clicking on the same? Am I missing what I'm clicking here? It seems like I've already seen that one before. Death Troopers. Shut up. No, but Stig wants me to watch it. I've heard. Yeah, we did it a long time ago. We were talking about Heart of the Jedi. He's a really good guy. His name's Josh, and I've talked to him. I talked to him once or twice since, and I tried to get him on a year or so ago. It's been a while. It's been over a year. Oh my goodness, it's been 2 years now, probably almost 2 years since I've contacted him because it's back when I was living at the old house. So it's been a little bit longer than I thought. But he's a really nice guy. I know he's really busy though. But yeah, he came on a stream. It was a lot of fun. He and Ryan. It was a more civilized age. I can't remember what month and year, sorry. But he came on. So yeah. Telekinesis, maybe? Because I'm lazy. I actually was on a stream with her once. And I won't say whose, but after it was over, I politely asked the host, why was she here? She doesn't, she seems very nice. She seems like a nice girl. I don't watch her channel. But she had read, we were talking about the book Kenobi. And I guess because the Kenobi TV show was coming out, so they invited me and that Star Wars girl. And I'd heard about her, but I never met her. And we talked a little bit before we went live. And she said that she read a long time ago. She didn't remember that much of it, but she enjoyed it and whatnot. And started talking about this and that. And I was so confused that why she was there. In the politest sense of the word. And so afterwards, I asked the host, I went, hey, I'm not trying to be mean, but what was her purpose here? He went, yeah, I'm sorry, man. She really wasn't that helpful. I was like, no, she wasn't. I don't think she knew that much. I'm not, like I said, again, I don't know her and she seemed nice and everything, but just maybe she does know about the expanded universe, but didn't seem like she read the book a long time ago, remembers a few things from it, but that's it. Okay. Thanks for coming on. I don't know. She could be a very nice person. I don't know. But I agree. Not much for lore chat. Oh, New Joe Order again. Yeah, it's icky. I reread it again. It's still bad. It's just bad. I don't even know. It's kind of like Frank Herbert's wife had died at this point, and so the Bene Gesserit are turned into the good guys because his wife always loved the Bene Gesserit, and it gets weird. Everyone says it gets weird after God Emperor of Dune. I mean, at God Emperor of Dune, but I enjoyed God Emperor of Dune. The other ones, it was just a little weird. Yes, I do. I don't listen to it all the time, but every once in a while. No, don't know who that is. Least favorite Star Wars planet? Tatooine. I get sand everywhere. No, I'd hate to be on Hoth. I hate to be on Hoth. I hate cold weather. I do agree with that. We'll be talking about that on Alex and I just recorded Most Emotional Moments in the EU. That is set to premiere in May next month. And it's going to be really good. Our happiest, our saddest, our scariest, and all these moments. That's going to be a fun one. So I'll let you watch that series on the expandeduniverse.com in May. Yes, I did. I thought it was meh. Yes, I've heard about him. Seems like a good guy. Oh, metal. Not much. Very little. Some, not much. Yeah, he still does good stuff. He's a good guy too. He loves hockey too. Your favorite? Whoa, your favorite? I agree, it's good. But have you read the? Have you read any of the Kevin J. Anderson, Brian Herbert stuff? It's really good. Do I think Dove rated? Do I think Dove rated comics is overhated? I don't know what that is, so I can't answer that one. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. I'm always Hufflepuff. Always. Ah, dang it. All right, I gotta call it. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was the missus. I thought there was someone else calling me. Okay. I'm sorry. I got to call her back. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, everyone. This has been a lot of fun. Haven't done this in a while, which I went past my regular hour. This was just a free night I had. I don't get many of those anymore. So, guys, I will see y'all next time. Take care. Bye bye.